Uh, One is FDOT, about 5 years ago, approached the commission. They were suddenly flush in federal dollars, and they approached the commission about South Florida Avenue. And their solution was to six-lane it. Let's just tear down those buildings down in Dixieland, and we're going to tear down the phone poles and the light poles, and we're going to put everything underground, and we're going to six-lane South Florida. Well, luckily, the commission at that time, by a small majority, some voted for that. By a small majority, they said, no, we probably shouldn't six-lane Florida Avenue and tear down Dixieland. But we were lucky. I mean, who would know? I mean, you might open the ledger one day and say, oh, here's the plan. We're going to tear down Dixieland and six-lane it. And then the public gets excited and upset. That would have been a mistake. Another mistake that we make is some of these real estate deals that they do. We buy very high. The 10 acres that had everyone up in arms. Well, I've been watching that very closely for the past 5 years. And I've watched the deals come and I've watched the deals go. An $8.5 million property that we still owe $5 million on, that the taxpayers took out a loan on. And then 3 years ago, we were going to sell it for $800,000. But you can't sell that for $800,000 because there's all those pesky lead pipes up under there. So we were going to have to go in and put about $500,000 more into it to put in new plumbing and put in paving and put in landscaping, which would have meant the developer would have paid $300,000 for an $8.5 million property. We have to think. We really have to think. And when I approached the commissioners about that, because I just couldn't control my blood pressure and had to ask, they said, well, you know, Sandy, you just don't understand how business works. Well, I may not own my own business, but I understand if you have an $8.5 million property and you sell it for $300,000, there's a problem, and that's not good business. I want to have common sense on the commission, and I want to have fiscal responsibility for the citizens.